It's the time of year where many of us are going on vacation, starting to travel. We're coming out of the deepest parts of the pandemic so far, and things are opening up, at least in the United States. And many of you may be traveling, experiencing things that you've never experienced before, or re-engaging with things that you had experienced before the pandemic. And along with that, you may start to experience emotions, etc. Behind me here is a beehive inside this tree. When I experience the bees, sometimes I experience some interesting emotions, and one of those emotions is joy and awe. This is going to be about bringing together the awe of joy. Awe is a complex emotion that tends to bring with it a sense internally of expansiveness, spaciousness within the chest region around the heart. But the complexity of awe, it comes in flavors. We can experience awe when we experience intense threat or threat toward others, even out in the world. When we experience beauty or immense beauty. It's different for each of us. For me, sometimes the bees are able to activate awe for me. For others, maybe not. It might be something like a beautiful sunset or something happening around the ocean or the mountains in the desert. Oftentimes it's in nature, but not always. It can be as simple as watching a child being born, holding a child for the first time. These experiences quite often will activate awe within us. And other experiences of awe can be around when we experience someone with an extreme level of skill, whether it's sports or artistic performance or in art itself, paintings, sculptures, creativity. Also, awe can be experienced around virtue when we see particular traits and characteristics within others on how they engage with the world. Will activate a sense of expansiveness and awe and other emotions that might go with that. Then along with experiences of supernatural or spiritual experiences, those two can activate the complex emotion of awe. Experiencing of awe can bring a shadow side to it also. It can be overwhelming, it can feel overwhelming or seem overwhelming in the times that we're experiencing it. Oftentimes awe is accompanied by other emotions, which adds to its complexity because that can become confusing until we turn into it and start applying meaning to our experience. In times of extreme threat or when we see extensive natural damage as a natural disaster or carnage from human-caused events, etc., we can feel anger welling up in us that starts to be non-directed in any specific area. This adds to some of the complexity to the shadow side of it. What we're going to do is engage with the 8 pillars of joy adapted from the Book of Joy by Desmond Tutu to apply it to moments of experience around awe. The awe of joy. This meditation is bringing awe to joy. The invitation is to take a comfortable seated position, one that tends to lend support for this body, a position that might bring a sense of dignity. Settling in, noticing the body and the breath. It may be useful to use mental labels such as breathing in, breathing out. This practice is loosely structured around the 8 pillars of joy suggested by Desmond Tutu in the Book of Joy. Bringing to mind a moment, a memory of experiencing expansiveness, of awe, the emotion of awe. A reminder that awe can present itself as a family of emotions. It comes with flavors. Not all are experienced the same. Flavors of awe include threat, beauty, skill or talent, virtue, or supernatural or religious experiences. The experience of awe tends to bring elevation toward prosocial behaviors. In other words, wanting to be connected in some way. Often brings the emotions of gratitude and improves relationships with benefactors. Might activate admiration for others, motivating self-improvement. Can even be goal-directed, motivates us toward accomplishing goals. So bringing into mind a time where awe might have been experienced in all of its complexities, each of the emotions that might have arisen, bringing this memory into awareness with exquisite detail, settling in. Noticing what was going on at the time, where this body may have been while experiencing this emotion of awe, the lighting, the temperature, the body position, indoors or outdoors, location and time. As the memory begins to take shape, observing, noticing if sensations are arriving in the body, if emotions are present. While holding this in awareness, this experience of awe in awareness, it can be useful to shift perspective, viewing this experience from the future, possibly 10 years out from this moment in time. Recognizing whatever is experienced in this moment will pass. Noticing how it seems to shrink as viewed from such a great distance. Releasing the shift in perspective, returning awareness back to the memory. Viewing it through the lens of humility, seeing yourself as one of the over 7 billion people on this planet. This experience, part of the unfolding interdependent drama of life on this planet. Possibly viewing the experience from space, investigating the possibility that others may experience something similar also, and that you're connected with everyone. Your connection to others makes you stronger. Letting yourself feel love and appreciation for all those who have contributed to who you are and who support you in life. Releasing now the lens of humility and open to the possibility of finding humor in the experience. Allow a smile to creep on to the lips, to the face, to the mouth. Seeing if you can chuckle at your experience of this situation, at your own shortcomings, at your frailties. The ability to laugh allows us to accept life as it is broken and imperfect, even as we aspire for a better life and for a better world. Moving into the lens of acceptance, equanimity. Accepting that sometimes experiencing of emotions, complex emotions like awe, might seem as a struggle or uncomfortable or overwhelming. Accepting you have human limitations, reminding yourself that these realities do happen to us, to those we love, and in the world. Acknowledge you cannot know all the factors that led to this event. Accepting that what has happened has already happened, and that you cannot change the past. Reminding yourself, in order to make the most positive contributions to this situation, I must accept the reality of its existence. The invitation is to shift now into the realm of forgiveness. Placing your hand on your heart if that feels comfortable, or possibly offering the body a soothing touch. Complex emotions such as awe or difficult emotions often need attention from us, often somehow involve a hurt or a betrayal. Not always. Exploring, examining if this can be useful. Forgive yourself for any part you played and created in this situation, whether it's through an act of commission or an act of omission, something you did or maybe did not do. Recognizing that you are only human and that you will inevitably fall short of your aspirations. You will hurt or you will be hurt by others. Seeing the shared humanity of others who are involved, and forgive for their part and for their limitations also. Opening to gratitude. Think of at least 3 things or people you are grateful for in relationship to this situation or your life. Can you find ways in which this situation is actually contributing to your life and to your growth? Are there people or things that are supporting you to face the challenge? Exploring compassion, placing a hand over the heart, breathing in with each breath, softening with each out-breath. Have compassion for yourself and how you occasionally struggle. Remembering it takes time to grow and learn. You are not meant to be perfect. Pain and struggles are inevitable. They are the fabric of life. There are going to be frustrations in life. The goal is to use them as something positive. Feel the light of loving kindness shining from your heart throughout your body. Now send that compassion to your loved ones. Sending it also to anyone you are struggling with. And sending it out to all who are in need of love and compassion. Exploring generosity. Feel the deep generosity that is in your heart. Imagine yourself radiating this generosity of the Spirit to all around you. How can you give your gifts? How can you transform your situation into an opportunity to give to others? When we give joy to others, we experience joy ourselves.